Hello everyone, pretty simple dinner tonight. We're having sloppy joes, or really I'm using a can of manwich to make it. So you can use whatever kind of ground protein you'd like. We're using beef, but I'm totally going to enhance it with a lot of vegetables. Okay, so I'm going to enhance it with a lot of vegetables. I'm going to saute some mushrooms, some shallots, and some bell pepper with the ground beef. I'm not going to add any additional fat like oils, because there's going to be enough, even though it's lean ground beef, there's going to be enough in here, plus the liquid that the mushrooms are going to release. It'll get everything nice and cooked, and then I'm going to add the sauce. With that, we're having just a simple tomato cucumber feta salad and some just regular store-bought chips. What makes this meal exciting is, come for a walk with me, my friends, is that I made homemade buns, and these turned out like super amazing. Well, super amazing. I've done a recipe for these before, but essentially you're going to do in your stand mixer using your dough hook 1 cup of bath warm water, a half a cup of all-purpose flour, 1 package of Fleischmann's dry yeast. You're going to mix that and let it go for 10 to 15 minutes. When the top of it looks like the head of your beer, and this is a borrowed recipe, it's not exactly my own, you're going to add to that a 1/4 cup of butter, a teaspoon of salt. Oh man. Sorry. 1 egg. And, did I say white sugar? If I didn't say white sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar. I feel like I said that. Mix, mix, mix. And then I added 3 cups of flour. I did 2.5 at first, and then it was sticky and sticking to me, so I added another half a cup. And then I let the dough hook take care of all the heavy machinery for me for about 3 to 5 minutes. I put it in my Instant Pot under the yogurt setting for 90 minutes to proof, and then I separated it into 8, rolled it into buns, lightly dusted those, let them set for about another hour and a half, and then I baked them at 375 for 15 to 16 minutes until I thought they were nice, and I just kind of pulled them apart. So I'm going to get all this other stuff going, and we'll see you soon, and I'm going to show you how sloppy joe's, and you can just hide some vegetables in it for the kidlets. Okay, so manwich original. So at this point, my beef is sauteed, my mushrooms and peppers look good, and the shallot, and I did add a clove of minced garlic. So I'm going to pour in the manwich. I'm going to rinse out the can with the tiniest little bit of water, maybe a 1/4 cup at the absolute most, and we'll come back right then. Okay, so just gonna give it a good mix. I turned the heat down. I'm gonna bring it back up, and I'm gonna let this simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and just let all of the flavors kind of play nice together. And it's a way to stretch out your protein budget, especially right now, because meat plants in Alberta and Ontario, that, what's a nice way of saying it? They take care of the animals, right? Like those meat packing processing plants, Lord have mercy, they're closed because of coronavirus, as they should be. However, the cost of proteins is exponentially going to rise, and it's going to be harder to come by it. So I ended up splitting my package of ground beef smaller than I would have, and to stretch out the food, I put in some vegetables, and it's a good way to sneak it in right into something kind of sweet and saucy, and then your kids will eat it. At least mine will. I mean, mine will pretty much eat anything. So now we're gonna go and finish up the salad. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this so y'all can see it. Maybe a teaspoon of vinegar. I'm using white vinegar because that's what I have. Although I have balsamic, I don't. If I was putting avocados in this, I would put balsamic in it as well. Just not tonight. And about a good tablespoon of olive oil. A generous amount of dried oregano. I'd say a good tablespoon. Salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to go heavier on the pepper. And the reason I didn't do as much salt there is because I'm going to, oh my gosh, I wonder if this is just going to be a mess. Break off a piece of feta here, and I'm just going to crumble it in. I hope you can see this because this is like the oddest thing trying to hold the phone upside down almost. Okay. And then I'm just going to give that a really good toss, and salad is done. I gotta wash my hands. Okay, so the sloppy joes or the manwich, whatever you want to call it, is done. Look, when I push forward, you're going to see that the sauces completely come together, and it's like a parting of the seas. See that? There we go. Oh, perfect. Good to go. So we're going to cut up the bread and start assembling. Okay, so just gonna, oh yeah, that goes in. That cuts really well, and it's very soft, very moist. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. So I'm just gonna get my toddlers ready now so that it has time to cool off. So he's not yelling at me to hold it outside. He still will. Who am I kidding? So I'm definitely giving him more meat than vegetables. So I'm trying to sneak it in for the 4-year-old, but 16-year-old, 42-year-old, they're not going to care. So there you go. Sloppy joes with a bit of veg. Enjoy.